Hi guys, hello, Mary, me, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene, and of course today is Thursday morning. Is it Thursday? No, it's Friday, I think. Alright, Friday morning, that sounds right. Okay. Anyway, today's Friday morning, and it is going to be very tepid today. Very warm. And I have the air conditioner in the bedroom, and the soup kitchen will not be open tomorrow, which is the 28th, but that would be the fourth Saturday of the month anyway. Usually it's rarely open on the fourth Saturday of the month. But it also, of course, will not be open on Memorial Day. So if you're going to go to the Winston Soup Kitchen, or make sure to consider the fact that it will not be open tomorrow or on Monday. So you'll need to consider alternative eating plans. Of course, if you have friends, family, and stuff, probably having a barbecue Memorial Day here, and you're probably all set to go. If you don't have friends or family, well, I don't know what to tell you if you don't have any food in the house. But if you get money, you could always eat out. Yeah, that's an option. Unfortunately, for some people, that's not a very good one. T-Mobile had tried to reach me about the binge up idea. Unfortunately, there's an email from the individual said to me is that they didn't have a phone number to contact me at, so I left a message with his office as instructed in the email. And so we're going to see if we can get T-Mobile to offer a binge up plan, or find a plan possibly that would be ideal for postpaid YouTube content creators that will allow them to create videos in standard definition. After all, we're going to use the same guidelines as we did with binge on, right? Makes sense. So if you upload in standard definition of anything less than or equal to 720 by 576 at 30 hertz, you should be able to vote for standard definition binge up, and it shouldn't be used against your quota. That's the idea. How is it going to really work? I don't know. As I said, it was my idea, kind of an expansion on John Ledger's binge on idea. And I guess some people at T-Mobile thought it sounded pretty cool. So maybe, just maybe, it might really become a real deal plan for people who are looking for the ultimate data plan for content creators to allow them to easily update and upload their own video content. Anyway, right now it is sunny outside, and it is definitely getting warmer already. Like it always happens in the morning, it gets warm, and then in the afternoon, it gets downright nasty. Now, last year, we had a few warm days. Not really too many record-breaking days as far as heat, but we did have a few warm days. And this year will be no exception. So yes, you're going to see warm days, but I don't think we're going to see any, at least I can say in Connecticut anyway, no major record breakers yet. However, in India, they've had a significant heat wave that has caused the asphalt in the road to get soft. Not just a little soft, kitty. We're talking about 54 degrees Celsius soft, which means people get stuck in the asphalt on the road. Some of them look like they get stuck pretty deep down into the road, too. I think that would scare me a lot if I found out that I was sinking into the asphalt of the road. I think the first thing I would do is immediately choose A, stay on the dirt path, or B, stay home. Because that's pretty extreme to see your road melt at 54 degrees Celsius. I have to admit, I never seen it in person, but I could just visualize what that must be like and what it must feel like to see that. In your real life, especially if you happen to be the poor schmuck that happens to have to cross the road. Because you have no choice, because you have to be like the chicken, you gotta get on the other side. But if you time it wrong and your feet sink into the asphalt, it'll be just as bad as the Brea tar pits that killed all the dinosaurs that get stuck in it, couldn't get out. Same problem. Once you get stuck in it, what are they gonna do to get you out? Use a jackhammer, or they're gonna use a shovel? I have no idea how they get a person out of asphalt in that case. All I can say is I hope it doesn't happen here. But the thing is that we are going to see is that already we got a tropical event coming up into our area. It said that may be named within 48 hours. Okay? Now, it's early in the Atlantic hurricane season, and already we see that there are some tropical depressions that look like that's going to be coming towards the like usual, the southeast coast of Florida in the Panhandle. But I don't know if it's going to be anything serious yet. I do know that there's a lot of warm moisture down by the south, in the southeast. A lot of warm moisture. Some, of course, that is up here in dominating here in Winston, Torrington area, but that will eventually be displaced by next week. We'll see temperatures returning to something civil of about 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, starting on Tuesday of next week. You might see kind of a preview of that on Monday or on Sunday, but once the heat breaks, everything should just be fine. That's going to be some time from now. It's not going to be right now. And so just be aware of that. Now, I have nothing else to really talk about because I don't always come up with a whole head of ideas. But let me tell you one thing. I definitely, and I said about binge up, I'm serious about. Because I uploaded a video last night. The one that I did early in the morning on Thursday. Which was the 25th? Something like that. And it took forever. I mean, seriously. First, I was just trying to kind of speed things along by using the QuickTime conversion. No dice. The quality of like 16 hours. I said, no. I'm always running late. It was already late Thursday night. It was about 9 o'clock. I said, what good is uploading a video on super uber high quality if it's going to be a couple of days behind in video news? That's not cool. So I said to myself, what I need to do is let me save it as a DV file like I used to do, and then run the MPEG string clip on it, which worked fine. Standard settings as usual, standard presets, and it came out to me about, because it was longer anyway, it came out to me about 1.5 gigabytes. Took about 2 to 3 hours to upload. Let me tell you something. Frontier, if you don't do something about getting off the stick and actually making a faster internet option available. As I said, T-Mobile's LTE is way faster than you. 16 megabits per second down is fine. I don't mind the down speed. I can watch my videos, they don't jiggle, they don't skip, they don't do anything stupid like that. But upload speeds of 1 megabit per second, I'm sorry, just plain sucks. I don't care if it's only $54 a month with the taxes and everything already added in. That's still ridiculous. Okay? Because we use the internet for so many things, and I just cannot stress enough that such a slow, pokey internet upload is just not cool. This, by the way, is probably going to be a bcast, just because I want to get this out on our regular playlists. I haven't figured out exactly the easiest way to do that, because normally when I save a video from my phone, I save them as a blog, and then I don't save them to my playlist, because there's no easy way to do it automatically. There is another way to upload videos using the newer YouTube web interface. But, yes, I say this. If you're going to upload videos from your iPhone and have to work with such a teeny screen, yeah, it's okay. Like usual. Not much better. That's fine. That sucks. Oh, it sort of sucks. It's such a teeny screen. Let's get back to what I was saying. When you have to basically manipulate very small entries on the screen. Typing long descriptions on the iPhone suck. Seriously. I really kind of would love to have had an iPad. But you know what? The iPad would be a terrible, atrocious way to upload video content. Because to upload video content with an iPad it's just such a large thing. Big Clive, for example, puts his iPad into a homemade jig over his workbench. So the lens of the iPad points down at his work surface, so you can see it. Well, I don't think I have an iPad bracket for my camera stand. And if I did, that'd be kind of one awkward way of doing things. One of the things I am still considering is to get a, if I wasn't going to go that far, is get a PowerBook with a USB 2.0 port, or bring my eyesight camera with me, which works really nicely, thank you. Been using my PowerBook with FireWire. Produce the videos that way, and then upload them. That would work. And that's still pretty cool too. And if you set up something similar to an iRig Pre adapter, they don't make one for well, that iRig doesn't, but there are other companies that do. They make a microphone pre-adapter for XLR microphones to plug into your standard 3.5 millimeter TRS jack used in laptop computers. That's something to consider too as an option. But it's still money I don't have, so that's not an option, so that's not going to work. And the thing is, here's the deal. In Right Side Broadcasting, discovered this, is thanks to things such as cell phone networks, thanks to things such as tablets that can use external cameras and hardware and interfaces, you can operate a very, for the most part, reasonable portable on-location video live stream shoots for reasonable expense. Unfortunately, at the same time, you also discover that you also are at the mercy of everybody else, and the dog is using that same Wi-Fi network or mobile network, because it's going to slow you right down. Period. Okay? That's just the nature of the shared database. You can't change that. Well, of course, if you're a big TV network, you can always have a satellite truck and rent satellite space, but that's got its own issues. But Right Side Broadcasting wasn't doing that. They weren't using a satellite truck. A lot of the news broadcasting systems are not using satellite trucks quite as much. Newscasters now are using selfie sticks. They are using iPhones with selfie sticks set up pretty much like this. You can actually conveniently, a reporter can go ahead, set up a video streaming session anywhere where there's a cell phone network or a Wi-Fi network. That saves a lot of money for the news team, and it makes it a lot easier because instead of needing to have, say, a whole satellite truck crew and a cameraman and a sound man, you could maybe get away with just 2 people, maybe 1 in some cases. And the 1 person, like here, I have my camera mounted on an iPhone bracket. It's sitting on a homemade table stand, and then my microphone is right next to me over here. And that microphone is recording my speech, my sound, and using iRig Pre that goes into the phone, which makes it easy enough for me to do all of this conveniently. Hey, it's a cool way to go. I have to admit, it's not perfect, but it's cool. Now, that means that we need to talk about, as I said, about the Frontier part. I've had Frontier now for many years, and it's been okay, but the thing is, I've outgrown it. I really have. I don't have anything negative to say about Frontier. I've contacted them. I said, you guys need a faster data plan. They couldn't get me anything faster because of the reason why the network's limitations. I said, well, when are you guys going to get fiber in Winston? Well, fiber is expensive to run right now. It's taking a while to deploy fiber, even into the central part of the state. It just extended fiber optic cables into the north end of Hartford. Like you. Well, now, why don't you guys work on trying to get some more high-speed internet in to the hinterlands of Winston? It's surprising because even though it took T-Mobile a while to do the same thing, they installed and deployed an LTE network. And here's the thing that's amazing with the T-Mobile business. They went primarily from Edge, which is 2G, to LTE, pretty much almost in one fell swoop, within, say, about 5 years. Okay? One of the reasons they were able to do that is because after the agreement with AT&T had failed, T-Mobile actually got kind of a severance pay, and they were decided to use that money to expand the network. That was the first thing that John Legere did, is to expand their LTE coverage, to improve the network. This is the first thing on Uncarrier 1.0. Besides giving up contracts and everything else. Today, T-Mobile has a huge war chest and has lots of money to spend, and they're doing great. They're kicking butt. They're making a lot of money. And that's the cool thing. You know, you're doing all this, and it's amazing. Whereas Pokey Frontier is still sitting there and is still acting as if they're still, they're very slowly upgrading. They just took over Verizon Fios in California. They already have an existing Fios network available that Frontier is now learning to deal with, how that worked. And Fios is fiber to the premises, not fiber to the curb, fiber to the premises or fiber to the home. So for them, it's a big difference than what they were doing for a while here in the Northeast, where they would do fiber to the curb, and then after that, it would just be copper wires into the buildings. They see something called VRADs, which was basically, if you want to call it what it was the hubs. Fiber optic hubs located usually on curbs. The transition between the fiber and the copper wires were done. That's quite a different thing than what Fios is. The sad truth is if these companies do not, I'm talking about the wired guys, and yeah, this includes cable companies too. I'm going to be honest and say this. If you guys don't get off the stick and come up with a plan that works for everybody, no failures, reasonable cost, reasonable speed, people are going to leave you. Because, I hate to say it, but 1 megabit per second up and 16 megabits per second down in this day and age is absolutely, positively asinine. You are not going to make it work for most people with that kind of speed. Because we expect, I'm talking about standard definition, definitely, at the very least, we expect that our data is not going to be scrambled, garbled up, and turned into confetti because somebody downstairs decides to start streaming a YouTube video. That's going to be a problem. We're talking about standard definition. High definition, I cannot stream 720p or 1080p. I don't have the bandwidth to do it. Technically, I should be able to, but the reality is, not a fat chance in hell am I going to be able to stream in 720p. With T-Mobile I can, but for binge up, we're not talking about using 720p. We're talking about standard definition of no higher than 720 by 576 at 30 frames per second. That's still good. This year, this video is being recorded, as I said, in 640 by 480 at 30 frames per second. Then we convert it, usually, into PAL, and or sometimes like today, we're probably just going to upload just like we usually do, straight. Any conversion. I'm going to bring it into the computer to make it faster, because we're going to make this new bcast, and we're going to put in our leaders and our footers and things like that, and maybe go ahead and re-render the screen and make it full screen, but other than that, it's going to be pretty much just like it is. Yeah, but you're going to have to do something about it anyway, because otherwise, right, yes, exactly. You're right. If you upload at standard definition, our software right now is set for PAL, but it turns out the Final Cut Express is a little more forgiving. Not only that, but you can actually tell it to sit up for NTSC instead of PAL very easily. Right. So that's an idea to consider. But anyway, so that's my coffee's getting cold. I guess that's a good thing. So I get my food stamps on Wednesday of this week coming up. We're going to buy some good healthy food. The ice cream diet was not at all successful. One of the biggest things I glaringly missed was fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, and I didn't have those. But well, one of the things that it's been pretty good though is in the last few weeks, your weight's dropping. Yeah, my weight's dropping. You're right, it is. It is dropping. Michelle's gut's getting smaller. And so for chin, yes, that I have to admit is good, but it's a double chin at the very least anyway. I don't know where Dory is right now, because Ed was asking me, he called me up yesterday, he said, how are you and Dory doing? I said, I talked to her on Friday when she was camping with her daughter, but she hasn't contacted me since Friday, and so I don't know if they're still camping, or what's the story. And he's still trying to adjust for things in his own life right now. And I wish him the best of luck in his sojourns as he goes through and tries to figure out where he belongs and where he's going to and all that. And I can understand that, there are things that you really wish you understood and knew how to solve the problems of the world and all that. But like I said before, there's a lot of people asking the same question, so don't feel bad. But for now, I want you to stay cool. I want you to stay safe. And I want you to enjoy the day. I don't know what you're going to be doing, but it's going to be warm, so you definitely want to take it easy and pace yourself. And also, drink plenty of water. No alcohol, please, because alcohol in hot weather is absolutely disastrous. Don't do it. Unless you already got your EMTs already on your side, all set to deal with taking you to the hospital. So, okay guys, that's it for now. That's it there. Oh, Michelle, hold on a minute. Okay, real quick. Don't forget that there's still a few days left for the clothing drive. Yes, there is. That's right, I don't have the information right now. Yes, the clothing drive is still going on. Okay, cool. Yeah. And also, Michelle will let you know what goes on with T-Mobile and the binge up idea. I need to contact them again about the John Legere interview. Oh, yeah, I knew you kind of forgot about that. Yeah, I kind of forgot, but I never really forgot because I really kind of wanted to still have him be a guest on my studio. As far as the agreed debate between Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders, I'm really hoping that's going to work out well. I think the most important things the two guys should do is, they should, because they are competition, but they're not competition. What kind of talking points you can have in your debate is very interesting. Donald Trump is the popular candidate, so I think he's going to do fine. And you can help out Bernie Sanders a little bit. Who knows? Maybe Bernie Sanders could be his VP. He's Democrat. It doesn't matter. Well, actually, it kind of does. It's kind of an unwritten rule that usually your VP is the same party you are. That's true. But we'll see what happens, guys. Right now, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.